Forge Captain Kyle Bekker and Mitch Houlahan bring you the Captain's Log on the Forge Audio Network.
Captain's Log, we're back. It's a soccer pod tonight. We're talking soccer. Big game last night, Forge TFC. Massive victory. Mitch Houlahan here with your captain, the legend, Kyle Bekker. Big game last night. We're going to start there. TFC against Forge at the Donut Box in the rain. Beautiful, blustery Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
So we're obviously talking that. We're obviously starting off with that. And then we're going to probably talk about Team Canada. And I think we should talk about Euros, and we're going to just talk about all the soccers. We'll probably talk about some fan interactions with the old Uruguays. We're going to talk all the soccer, all the happenings around the soccer world. So
yeah,
but we got to start with the game last night. What a match!
The boys came out flying.
I mean, to say the least.
Yeah.
What are your give us your non-interview answer. Like, come on, what's that game? Give us a good ramble about that game last night. Just everything.
Well, it's been a funny one. So I think the perfect way to sum her up, the old team Cairo, shout out Adam, absolute legend. We were talking last week leading up to the big TFC game. And for those who remember, when leading up to the second leg of the Montreal, we played Vancouver at home, obviously get our pants a little bit. They came in and ruffled our feathers, got away with 1-2-1. And then we go into Montreal and we do the business. And so we were treating last week, and he was just asking how the boys were feeling, like what's going on going into the weekend. Started talking about how, coincidence, we're playing Vancouver again, leading into a big MLS match, midweek Canadian Championship game. So I was like, if anything, if history has taught us anything, we need to go out there. We're going to blow it on the weekend, and then we'll get a result on Wednesday. Or we're going to do well. The boys are going to be fine, and we're going to take that confidence into Wednesday. So I'm spinning it both ways.
Yeah.
Guy sends me a message Saturday night. Stop watching the game in the 88th minute. And so he was buzzing off the Canada result with them going into the winning in the quarterfinal. And He's just like, what a day. Couple great results. Boom, going into Wednesday. And I thought he was taking the piss a little bit. So I was just like, yep, just how we wrote it up. Couple last-minute pee pants. Give up 3 points at home. With Vancouver getting that last-ditch tie. Yeah. Man down too. A little salt in the wound. And I was like, it's fine. Just how we wrote it up. Exactly how we're planning. And then it all comes full circle, and the boys come out hot. Get a big result last night. 2-1 win over TFC in the first leg. I mean, I don't want to rain on anyone's parade. Little upsetting that we didn't keep the clean sheet, but here's what it is. I think ultimately it was a great 90 minutes from the boys.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's just it was just a great performance. And 2-1, obviously, if you didn't watch the game, 2-1 that was not a 2-1 game.
Yeah, we had a ton of chances. Hit the post a couple times. Goalie made a couple big saves on us. That being said, they had a couple chances. Ting's absolute wonder save at the end of the game to keep it 2-1, which is huge when Insigne came in from the left side, cut in, was bending one far post. Ting's got two hands on it, which was huge. But, guy, what a way to start that off. Just a little fucking nice little rip from your own end. Catches the goalie out. I had the best view of it too. It was unreal. I mean, so Benny kind of goes and he starts driving. I'm like, yeah, you're alone. You got space. I'm just yelling at him. I'm like, oh, you got Schweinner out wide. You got Borges. I'm just yelling all these stuff at him. This guy just pulls up. I'm like, yep, do that. Nailed it. Easy. And yeah, the way he hit it too, it's wobbling all over the place. It's beautiful.
It
dips twice.
Yeah.
He just ripped it. The guy just hit a wobble from 70 yards. That's just how you wrote it up.
It was as if he took a shot from 30 yards out. He just ripped it. It was no
that's his range. That's Steph Curry range.
He was in full stride too.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was perfect.
That is not
into the win. Into the win.
Yeah. I mean, how many people have ever done that? Just in professional soccer. That's cool. It's just and that it was against TFC, that's a highlight. That's just How many people have done that?
That's a moment. That's a moment for
That's
sure.
a moment. Yeah.
I mean, it's more so. I can think of the amount of people who've tried it in games we've played in, and I just look at them like, "Nice shot, you idiot," because it hasn't even gone anywhere. Like, get real, big kid.
That's every game. You see the goalie off the line, like 2 steps off the line, like on a kickoff, and everyone's like, "Oh, just touch it. I'm gonna like."
Oh, buddy,
everyone tries all the
first
time.
leg
It never happens.
First leg, us against Montreal when we were having that the old breakfast game, the old breakfast buffet.
Yeah.
The way that, for those who remember, the way they had the ball to kick off, and guy rolls it out, and Buddy just tries to literally to try it off kickoff to start the game. Tings wasn't even off his line. It was the most outrageous thing ever. We all kind of looked at him like, so you guys think you're just going to walk in here and do that to us?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That's just some men's league stuff. But I mean, there's always a little thing in your head that you think you can do it when you see him like on the 18 at kickoff. But it's a stupid move.
Oh.
But anyways,
when it happens,
back to Benny. Like,
it's outrageous.
Benny he just keeps doing new stuff. Like, he's just electric, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's
a showman.
Like, he's a showman when that guy's. But also, I mean, just like the first 2 seconds of that game too, Benny broke that guy's ankles coming in. The guy like just plops down. That was pretty neat. And then Chouanier with the little dangle, like it was the hottest start ever. Like my heart was beating, just all these dangles coming in. Then this guy rips out.
Chouanier with the old spin cycle going into the box and almost clipping one left foot. But yeah, it was crazy because then they even go down and they catch us a little off guard. We kind of bite, we jump out, and Bernadeschi goes in. Cut back to Insigne where you're like, you bet the house on him scoring. He drags it wide, and it was like, honestly, that was a shot across the brow for the boys. Like, big wake up call. Like, we started hot, but like, if we give these guys anything,
for sure.
And it was crazy. I think from that point on, Malik was unreal. I think he had a massive game, which is great. He was huge defensively. I think our whole back line ultimately was solid. Malcolm was great against Insigne as well, which was huge. And I think the boys were I think we were just sharp on the ball, and we have not been sharp on the ball in the last couple weeks, and it just changes everything. Yeah,
boys can play. It was just like everyone's ready to play today, and we actually just did it. But you're right, like TFC really should have scored first. That would have made it a much different game. Could have been a 5-0 game. Yeah. Also, could have been like a 3-0 game for them. Like, it was a wild game. You guys played sick though. It was deserved.
Yeah, 100%. We were. I think the boys were sharp, but ultimately, I think like a fair call in the game would have been like a 5-3.
Yeah, honestly,
which would have been chaos.
Yeah, it really.
But it was great.
Like Insigne had those like 3 like huge chances himself. Yeah. But anyways, we don't need to pile on TFC. We're all in this together, you know. Canada soccer.
Hey, just growing the game.
Speaking of, no, but hey, I wanted to shout out Malik first because he's great.
Beat you to it, buddy. friend of the pod.
He was unreal. He was just smashing.
How many sliding tackles you want to put in a game? 1,000?
Oh man,
old Mabir.
Like,
just got it.
Can we just turn the sprinklers on for an extra hour before every game so this guy's just laying out every game?
But we need, like, honestly, we need that before every game simply because we can pass the ball so much better when there's a nice little slickness.
Yeah.
Like, our field when it's just when it's dry and nap out there, it's just that ball is just stumbling and bumbling all over the place. Slows it down so much. When there's a slickness, you boys are just zipping it about. It's great.
Yeah, it was a fun game. Good turnout too, from the fans as always.
Yeah,
in the
nice.
piss.
That's the other thing too. It's like, guy, in the absolute piss. The fans stayed in. Everyone was ponchoed up. They were just buzzing. It was great.
Yeah,
just a great night. Yeah.
Like the post game interview of Benny after, he's just like in the tunnel, and you could like just see the like chaos and the rain out. It was just great. It's just a great night for association football.
Association football. I like it. That's a good line. Where'd you dig that one out? You've been saving that for a couple of weeks, haven't you?
Nah, I think that's an old Scottish thing or something. An old Scottish coach used to say that every time it was cold. Take your thermals off. Take your thermals off. It's a great day for
Your
association
thermals
football.
on. That's like Ed Kelly's big one at BC. Anytime it was just a night game under the lights, be like, boys, great night for 1-2s. It's just a great night for 1-2s. Could have been any
good.
weather. Yeah. Quality.
All right. Anything else in the game? Any last stuff? Like it was. I kind of just want to talk about that game all night, but we'll move on.
mean,
But it was.
I just wish we had the second leg like next week. But what do we got to wait? Like 4 months?
Honestly,
When's that start? Like the end of October?
As you know, I'm the greatest fan ever, and I couldn't make it last night. But when I was texting, I was like, "Yeah, I'll see it leg 2 in a couple of weeks," and then it's August 27th.
Yeah, fact check that one, buddy.
How come it's so
See you
far
in a couple
away?
months.
Why is it so far?
I think we're not gonna. I don't want to ruffle too many feathers about the old scheduling conflicts.
There's some scheduling stuff. All right, that's fine. That's fine.
I know. I do know. I think MLS starts at like the tournament they have, the interseason tournament with the Mexican teams.
Yeah.
I think that's kicking off soon. I think that probably throws a nice little wrinkle in it. But hey,
well, I mean, it's also the semis. Like you want the finals to be close to the end of the year.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's not a big tournament though. It's just probably just knock it out, knowing that they have it. But hey, I'm not the one sitting here saying the CSA couldn't organize a piss up in a brewery. It's not this guy, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there.
You'll be heading her up one day. You can do the scheduling yourself. Get the whiteboard out.
We all know I'm a big scheduler, so honestly, I can't.
Yeah, it's a big planner.
A little pot and kettle here, so take it with a grain of salt, boys.
Let's switch her up to some of the global soccer games going on.
Yeah, can we talk about the boys? The boys in red?
Yeah, let's talk about the boys in red.
What a tournament. Who would have thought? Huh? Just the Canadian boys coming into a Copa America, getting to the semifinals, and oh my God, we lost to the World Cup champions. Unreal. Like, are you kidding me? If I hear one more person say, I don't know, I wish it was better. Kick rocks. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to talk anymore. Oh, sorry, we lost to one of the best teams in the world right now. Oh, sorry, we competed both times we played them. Oh my God, you're upset? Oh, you guys, you all thought you could have done better? Listen, my mom's made more fucking passes than any of you guys talking in a game. Pipe down and realize how good the group was and what we're doing. They're pretty good. The boys are pretty good. A lot of good performances. Unreal. It wasn't always pretty, but the boys dug in. They fought. They got results. And listen, we're doing it. We're doing it against the best in the world. What else you want?
So they've made you overall happy and positive.
Yes. Correct.
And anyone who's not as positive as you better shut up.
Who? Yeah, correct. Literally. That's it. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Unreal. That shootout, the boys got fucking ice in their veins. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot. A little excited.
Yeah.
Unreal. Kone's PK was unbelievable, dude. That was unreal. What is this, a big moment? What do you want?
Should we get him on the pod and ask him how it's done?
Clearly, I would like to know. I can't take a PK from a life guy. Let me walk me through it.
You got to do that in private. Listen, can we just have a private call?
No. We could do it. We could do it on here. Someone give me his number. I'm gonna text him. Hey, how did you do that? Teach me. Give me the Coles Notes guy. Explain it to me like I'm 4. No, that was unreal. Crepeau. What about Crepeau, guys? Standing on his head. What a weapon.
Yeah. I mean, like they all just. It's like what we were just saying about yous guys. Like everyone just came to play. It was cool last game too, seeing a little bit of Chouanier out there. A couple touches.
Yeah. And he came on, he did great. He was real good on the ball when he came in. He was trying to go forward. It was good. That was nice.
Yeah. I mean, like
big shout out for the Chouanier fam.
Argentina, they just won the World Cup and Copa before that. And they have the best player ever.
Honestly.
People are.
And maybe there were some questionable calls too. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe there was a couple Argentina scarves in the luggage after the game. I don't know.
Hey, have you ever heard?
What are we talking about here?
Have you ever heard CONMEBOL before?
Yeah, I'm sure you haven't.
When did they throw that in there?
It's a mouthful. That's what the South American CONCACAF is.
So Copa.
Welcome to
So you're
sports,
telling
buddy.
me Copa's always been the CONMEBOL tourney?
Yeah, Copa is like Euros. It's like the Gold Cup. It's all of these. We just got a
No,
nice little. They extended it. They extended a visitation for us because I'm assuming it's because Messi's playing in the MLS. I don't know. Maybe there was some little added purse to it. Who knows? But yeah,
okay. So that's why I've never
Yeah.
seen CONMEBOL before.
Okay, it's a tough one. It's one of those ones where it's like I feel like you guys could have come up with a better name. Doesn't
Well, I
really
think-
roll off the tongue.
I think you can just leave it out. Everyone knows what Copa is.
Yeah, I don't know. The association could use a rebrand, I think, but
Anyways,
it's
Um,
tough.
like, I mean, it's just, yeah, how can you not be excited for all the lads? Just even the guys too. Like, I'm just like, it's just such a different, like you're even watching and seeing like a dude that we've watched like play forever is just like jockeying Messi.
Yeah,
Like it's just big.
It's
It's
surreal.
Yeah, it's and it must be for them too. But it also, down the line, it shouldn't be surreal. We should be like in games like this, but it is sick right now. Like it's huge. For
But
Canada.
it's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, we all want that because we're all anyone who's been involved in the game has grown up and you're watching the finished product of it. But the reality is this shit is brand new in this country. And
Yeah.
to like this is why I get upset is to like think that we're just gonna jump all these steps and just be like, yeah, we have a domestic league. Now we have a pipeline. Now you're gonna see all these kids knocking on the door playing in the top 5 leagues in Europe just overnight. It's just like I don't understand why we hit the fast forward on all this stuff, and then like we get like some mediocre result against a top team, and everyone's like, "That's bullshit." I'm just gonna throw my hockey jersey back on and yell at this. Like, like what are we doing here? It's that's the stuff that just gets me a little upset, and like the response. I think like the following has been fantastic. Like watching it was on TSN. I think after or leading up to the semifinal, just like all the reaction videos after the penalty shootout from bars across the country. Like those are the moments that are best. Like that's the shit where it's like you watch like the reactions when Sidney Crosby scored the game winning goal in the Olympics, and like it's just like it's like a all time Canada moment.
Yeah.
And like you're getting that because this game's getting bigger in this country and the following is getting bigger and it's all getting great. But then it's like all of a sudden all the talking heads got to go, and everyone just like someone has to just throw like a grenade into it, and it's just like why?
Yeah. I mean, I think to be fair to I think we're all really used to kind of like especially with Canada soccer, like a little bit of 2 steps forward, 1 step back anyways. So I feel like we're always just like looking for that. But like this is such like net positive like advancement of the program that like anything is just grasping at straws. Like you can't. There's no negatives right now. Like this is all just too.
That's
But
the thing. Like,
we're
if you
used
look
to
at
that. We're used to that for a long time.
if you can look at it historically and you've seen the game and you've been upset about like how we've kind of just been like swimming upstream for a very long time, that like yeah, there's been a radical change in a short period of time, but that doesn't mean it's like, yep, the expectation is quarterfinals are bust in the World Cup now.
Yeah.
And like, guys, we're doing it. Like each level is doing it. Like there obviously has to be some patience. There obviously has to be like, we still need to push the envelope. We still need to break down a couple barriers. Like we're all of these things, like men and women are happening, but like, it's just I think it's anytime you see a big moment happen, someone's just got to be like, just little pee pants in the corner, just being like, no, not good enough.
Yeah. We like to do that. Does any of this stuff make you think about your Canada time? When did you first get called up?
Here's a fun fact. I played for the national team before I ever played a professional game for a club. So I got...
Oh, yeah. You were still kind of in school?
Well, no, I just got drafted, and then there's usually a January camp, just with the nature of like leagues this side of the pond. So like there's always like with the MLS schedule. And we played the States in Houston, and I got called into that January camp. Had a chance to play. It was great.
How many caps did you end up getting for Canada?
I think it's like 17 or 18.
Yeah. That's a good stint.
It's not bad.
What was your
Could've
best
been better.
Canada? What was your best Canada memory?
Best Canada memory?
You guys had a couple sharp teams back then too. You had a chance and then blew it that one time.
Played in 2 Gold Cups. I don't think we scored a goal, but there
I'm
were
sure
some
you were close.
performances there was chances that.
Remember that one game
like
that you
we talked
defended?
about earlier in the show that if we took them, could have been different. Results could have gone different.
Remember that
one that's well,
No,
huh?
what? No, remember that one game that you defended real well?
No.
You had to defend the whole time against that American kid.
Oh, yeah. That was the U23 though.
Oh, was
that
it?
was for so I was at BC when that happened. That was like the first time I really got called into the national team.
Yeah.
That was sick. That's when we upset the States.
Yeah, that was the first time that was the first
Yeah.
time you were asked to defend in your career.
Yeah, it was shit in my pants. I think when I was playing like Freddie Adu in the first half.
Oh yeah, Freddie Adu.
Yeah,
Where's he now?
In his 17th. I don't know.
He should come to Forge.
Yeah, I was playing. Let's give him a call. I think he was playing in like the USL when I was in and around there. So I think he was with the Tampa Bay Rowdies for a little bit.
Yeah.
Fort
sorry.
Lauderdale, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. Best Canada stuff.
Yeah, the best memory in terms of just like a performance playing in a Gold Cup. We played Mexico in Seattle, and honestly, the boys were legit. Couple phantom calls from the ref. So we were down. I think they went up 1-0 in the first half, and then they were given a PK when the foul was about 4 yards outside the box, and you could see it on the turf. Like the foul happens, the guy just like drags himself in. PK, and then I kind of tilted it, but I think ultimately it was a good performance and one we could have hung our hat on, but we just couldn't get a result in either of the other games. I think we tied our first game against Honduras. No, El Salvador in LA in the first game, and that was disappointing. Felt we should have got a result. Had a couple of big chances in that one. I think if we went up there, we probably would have gone through the group because we tied Panama last game in Denver.
We should we need Eddie back on the pod to talk a little off-field Canada stuff and just some of his Canada memories because that guy can spin
100%.
a yarn. We didn't do that enough last year.
He's been involved in some performances for sure. Where I think it would be great to pick his brain on him, the involvement he's had. He's been in way more. He's been capped way more times. I think he's even capped in the country once or twice. So
yeah.
I think hearing from him would be sick. It would be sick. It would be sweet to talk to Atiba, and like just hearing Atiba on the panel in these has been awesome.
Best.
Like
he's the best.
Yeah, just his perspective. Obviously, the career that he's had has been unreal. But just hearing him talk about it, hearing him how the game's changed, and now like the milestones and where they're willing to reach for, and the goals they're trying to set, it's crazy.
He's really like like those clips of like the quarterbacks that are like Tony Romo be like calling a game and he's like, you get that like insight. I feel like listening to Atiba after, like he actually says things that you're like, damn, like I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like
my hope is if he keeps doing this, because I think he's good, and you're exactly right. Like his soccer IQ is crazy. Yeah. He was one of those guys, like playing with him was wild. Like you'd have like 3 guys on him if you didn't pass him the ball. You'd be like, what is wrong with you? But it's simply because the guy could dribble out of a phone booth. Like he was unreal.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't get it off him. It was unbelievable, and just like his confidence, and obviously it speaks to the level that he played at, and like the caliber that he set for himself was wild. Like I think when he was on Besiktas, when they had like a little run in the Champions League, he like had like one of like the highest pass ratings I think in the competition for a bit. Like he was just unreal. Yeah. Just steady as they come.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, was there any doubt that he would be a great broadcaster? Like, guy's just the best. Just one of those guys, huh? Just consummate professional. Just kills it, whatever he does. He should get out of soccer. He should just do something else. Just be great at something else.
Just guy, leave it for the rest of us. Get out of here.
Yeah, spread your wings, dudes. Yeah, leave that spot. World Cup next time. Get you in there. You're going to need a job in a couple of years, no?
A couple of years. It might be sooner than later. The way this guy's playing.
Couple months.
Honestly,
come on.
Jesus.
Anything on the Euros other than did you see the Killers concert where they popped it on the screen?
Oh my God, I watched that today. A little salt in the wound, but it was pretty good. That was wild.
Like I'm assuming
what more can you ask for?
I didn't look into it, but I'm assuming they played it live like that, right?
Well, so the part that we need some confirmation on, and it wasn't clear from the video that I saw of it, how much of the concert did they stop? Because if they watched that goal live, or if they just turned it on for like final whistle, because they knew they were winning. Yeah,
I think they put it on for final whistle. I feel like that's what they did.
Surely
they put it on for like extra time.
Them, because someone knew they were told they were winning, and it was like, all right, we're gonna do this if it's positive, 100%. Because there's no way.
Yeah,
like it would be one thing if it was 1-1 and they just like popped her on. Like, were you guys willing to sit through like extra time if it's like what are you doing here?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean that's why it's cool because there's still like a lot of variables. Like, what if Holland ties it there? It's like, let's just get back into the tunes here, guys.
They gotta just go with the saddest song they have in the playlist. It's gonna be a somber mood after that.
I mean, maybe
like, dude.
Maybe they had a backup plan like that too. Like, if they hold this out and get the win, we're playing. What they play, Mr. Brightside? Like, come on.
Yeah, unreal. Ultimate white guy sing song right there. Everyone's just having
where was the? It obviously must have been in England, right? Yeah, you got a bunch of English dudes. Fucking listening to Mr.
Oh Jesus.
Oh man, an England win and Mr. Brightside is
in
those
Manchester,
guys. That was
just having a day.
It's
at the O2.
Yeah, all the guys in that stadium had the best day of their
so
lives.
many high fives, and I fucking love you, man. I just love you, man. So many of those going on.
Yeah, couple
best day of my life.
Couple of dudes popping up on shoulders.
Yeah, classic.
But yeah, you're Dutch. Your Dutch didn't come through.
Yeah, we saw that coming. But what a start, Kyle! What a goal from Xavi Simons! Just what is
that? A new shot?
Absolute banger.
That's a new type of shot.
Slide tackle shot.
Old slide shot. Yeah,
classic slide shot. Top bins. Ever heard of it? Unreal. Yeah, that guy's an absolute baller. Hot take, right there.
Yep.
He's gonna be doing something for years to come.
That's what we do. Hot takes. Oh yeah, this is one other question I had. We can end her on this one. Just in the watching the lads get to play against some pretty decent players in the Copa. Who's the best player? Who are the best players you've ever played against? I don't think we've ever talked about that.
You got a couple good ones in there. I'm real bad at answering these questions. Like right off the cuff, I get all nervous and get a nosebleed and forget half of them. But like top of mind, just because we were talking about him today, Nacho Piatti in Montreal. Guy, I don't know if he. I mean, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I think he's like one of the all-time MLS players to date, at least. Like he's unreal. Dude, he was
forgot
crazy.
About Piatti.
It was just all the little stuff. Like he was just so like silky and fucking lanky, and like you didn't think he was strong. You didn't think he was fast. But like you couldn't get the ball off him. He was so elusive. He would just drive at you, and like you just watch defenders like poop themselves. He was unreal.
Yeah,
and he could do it all. Like he could just finish. Like he was sick, and he would wear tackles. He was a little bit like if you watch like a good Zidane compilation of Zidane dribbling, like people would try and absolutely crunch him, like sliding in, and he would just wear him. Like he was unreal, but like he looked like he was about to get his leg broke, and he would just like eat the tackle and keep going. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
he was sick.
Wasn't that at the same time that Drogba was there?
Yeah, a little decent 1-2 punch right there.
Yeah, not bad. But that's played with.
I
What
mean,
about
obviously,
against? What about
yeah.
against?
Honestly, one that sticks out. TFC, we played Roma in a friendly, and Pjanic, he played in the second half. I might have played the whole game. I'm not sure, but yeah, he was a joke, and it was just it looked so easy, and it was one of those ones where you're just like, how are we technically playing at the same? Like, how are we both professionals? Like, what
Right.
are you doing? What the hell am
Right.
I doing? Like, it was crazy. Like, you're one of those guys like you couldn't get close to. Like even Pirlo when he was in NYCFC for last little bit, like I was at the end of his career. Like by all accounts, you're watching video and you're like, this guy can't even run, and you go try and
Right.
defend him, and just like the way you would move his body, like he always had a yard to make a pass. Just like, God damn it, guys, this guy's like fine wine. You can't even move. Guy's rocking like ankle shin pads, sitting here like Jesus, and he's just picking teams apart with his passes. Unreal. Like his like just little like body feints, especially off a throw-in. It was unreal. And you're like, okay, that guy's pretty good. Obviously.
Like he just always gets it. Always makes the space. You said, I remember you saying Stevie G was like that too when he played.
Yeah, we talked about that one where like Stevie G was like just in terms of like this little stuff that he would do in a game, like the intangible stuff of just like reading plays and like picking things off, being in the right spots. Like his first touch obviously was out of control. Another one like Shinji Kagawa, he was crazy. We played Japan in a friendly in Qatar.
Oh
He
yeah.
was pretty good.
Oh yeah, the old Cutter trip, a classic.
Yeah, classic,
Who was the
classic Qatar? That's when we found out it was Qatar, not Qatar.
Yeah.
Just Lee, man of the locals.
Yeah. Who's the hardest player you've ever played against?
Fuck, I don't know.
Has
I'm
there
sure
been
there's a
anybody that's
couple
actually
of-
scared? That's like, this guy's just gonna kick me in the ass and kill me. Like,
Yeah,
has
it's
anyone
funny,
actually
like,
just
any
scared you to
CONCACAF
play
game,
against?
You're just like, God damn it, get out of here, man. Every tackle, you're gonna try and break my legs, guy. You just go through the list of any CONCACAF game ever played.
Yeah. Well, you tried to put yourself on that list. Yeah, you had a good red back there.
Yeah, I had a nice little red. That was
a good.
Yeah, that was probably worthy. A couple fans of the Copa America tournament might be proud of that tackle if we get that one up. But
yeah,
yeah,
great
that was
tackle. I don't know if you're scaring anyone down there though.
No. I don't think. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, even if I like really connected and like it got bad, I'm pretty sure no one on the other team was worried about me getting up and throwing a couple haymakers. It was more just like, how quickly are you getting off the field after the red, because you're gonna die, little gringo. Get out of here.
Yeah. All right.
Classic.
I like it. Last little shout out that I forgot. How about our guy Alessandro Ojabapor?
He had himself a game last night.
I just wanted to give him a quick shout out because he just seems like he always has a game, and he's just a solid guy, and he just kind of flies under the radar, I feel like, but he puts in a shift.
Yeah, absolutely. But last night, I think you saw a little bit more, like the amount of times he was kind of just stepping through little pressure in our final third, our defensive third, to kind of like break their press, open the game up. Last week against Vancouver, the boy had the spray cans out in the first half. Like, he was just dropping dimes all over the first half. It was sick. And it's like, when his passing's on, he's a big piece for us for sure. So it was nice to see him have a big game last night too. Yeah.
And not to leave anyone out, like, we could literally go through the list. Like, we're having, like, Quasi's just having an insane couple months. Like,
yeah, he's been.
Hey, how are you?
He just that's the other thing.
9?
The guy. He's been doing a lot for us just because he adds like that little piece of depth. He's so fast, but the runs that he's making are huge. He's been getting better with his hold up play, which is massive for us when teams kind of press us up high. He's like that little outlook that we have just in case. But yeah, man, he's been doing it. Just the old back heel tuck off the post last night. Not bad.
All right, what do we got next? Another home game, right?
Big game Sunday against Pacific. Got to keep this train rolling. Got to build off that win last night and get the boys back in the hunt and in domestic league action.
I heard an interview. Jesse Marsh is going to be in the building.
When?
Checking out the lads Sunday.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
that was the.
that's true.
He said it. He said it. He said he's going to come check it out. So I don't know what you want me to say. That's all I got. It came out of his mouth. But another one that I forgot was how about the old shout out from Eustachio too in the post game? Legend.
I think that was a great interview. It was huge.
Yeah.
Obviously a big shout out to the league and what's going on. Obviously as a brother who's coaching over at York, which is fantastic, former player himself, showing what it means to have more professional doors open in this country. You guys played, they have an impact in the game. You can go in, do something after, you stay involved in the game, you keep doing it for the next generation to come. So that was I think that was a very well said speech, obviously in a very emotional moment right after a game getting knocked out. So
yeah,
to have the wherewithal to say all that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was cool. Eustachio, he's a guy too, man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Let's
wrap
her up.
Thank you boys and girls for listening. Yep. Another week of the old log. See you guys next week.
This was The Captain's Log with Kyle Bekker and Mitch Houlahan. The guys will drop another episode sometime, whenever they get to it. In the meantime, we would love and appreciate for you to like, follow, subscribe, click on the little bell, do all the things in all the places you get entertained, and you'll find more of this type of content. And that also means we get to spend more time together on the Forge Audio Network.